Welcome to the MegaCorp Market Pulse for May 18th to 24th. Right now, to avoid missiles in the Red Sea, there's like a massive 3,500 truck convoy just driving day and night across the Arabian desert.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite a visual.
I mean, that single fact kind of tells you everything you need to know about the lengths the global supply chain is going to right now just to, find capacity.
It really does. And you definitely feel that scramble for capacity stateside, too. I mean, we just got through Road Check Week, right? That annual stretch where intense DOT inspections sideline thousands of trucks.
Right, which is usually just a temporary blip.
Exactly,
Yeah.
usually. But this year, it feels like it unmasked some much deeper capacity tightness.
Yeah, the market right now it's honestly like a game of musical chairs where someone quietly removed half the chairs while we aren't looking
Yeah,
because we aren't seeing more players enter the game. I mean, overall demand is relatively flat.
right.
But because capacity has shrunk so much, the moment the music stops for a localized event, the panic is just immediate.
Yeah, and that panic, it's showing up directly in the gap between contract and spot rates.
Yeah.
So contract rates are sitting comfortably flat around $2.48. You might feel secure there.
Yeah.
But the spot market is highly reactive right now. The National Truckload Index is climbing to $3.41. And van tender rejection rates, they just hit a year-to-date high of over 16%.
Wow, 16%. I was looking at the Fresno data, and it looks like the delayed California produce surge is finally hitting and just eating up what little capacity is left.
Oh, yeah, completely eating it up.
Spot rates from Fresno to Chicago are north of $6,400. I mean, that can't just be produce, right? That has to be a structural capacity issue.
It is. It's structural.
Yeah.
And you compound that with strong import demand returning. The Port of L.A. just reported its second-best April, with loaded imports actually up 5% year over year.
Oh, wow.
So, you have agricultural and import volume hitting a shrunken carrier pool simultaneously.
Right. Now, obviously, we have physical risks to capacity, like that crazy desert convoy bypassing the Strait of Hormuz to keep freight moving.
Right.
But back stateside, a totally different kind of risk just landed on the industry's doorstep. This time, it's legal. The Supreme Court's Montgomery versus Karubi second decision.
Yeah, this is a massive shift. Historically, if there was an accident, victims sued the carrier. But, smaller carriers often lack deep insurance pockets.
Right. They don't have the funds.
Exactly. So this ruling essentially allows victims to go up the chain and sue the freight brokers who hired those unsafe carriers.
So wait, to absorb that new legal liability, won't brokers have to raise their margins?
They will. It forces them to invest heavily in compliance and vetting. That added cost will likely push volume toward larger 3PLs who already have the infrastructure to absorb those legal hits.
So we're looking at a potential industry-wide repricing event then.
Very likely, yes.
Wait, I need to stop you there, actually, because we are talking about massive price spikes, legal overhauls, and these huge desert convoys. But is the end consumer actually buying more stuff? Like, are we seeing true organic demand growth, or is this just an illusion caused by a shrinking pool of trucks?
That is the crucial question. It is primarily a prolonged capacity drawdown. We aren't seeing the average is sitting around $1.65 per mile right now. But you can use this to your advantage by negotiating backhaul concessions, where carriers are really eager to balance their networks.
Okay, that's a good tip. So what are the major risks we need to keep on our radar over the next few weeks?
I'd say monitor three things closely. First, downstream fuel cost volatility driven by those Middle East tensions.
Right.
Second, watch for broker repricing following that SCOTUS ruling we just talked about. And third, keep a close eye out for routing guide breakdowns as summer volume peaks.
Yeah, with rejections, this high backup carrier coverage is going to be vital.
100%.
Well, it leaves you with a final thought to ponder. As global supply chains face these intense choke points, the sudden reliance on massive desert truck convoys proves that right now, flexibility is just as critical as cost control. See you next week for another Market Pulse recap.